What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be walking you guys through on how to do a high taper with the 1.5 guard with the grain. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button. It helps a lot with the channel growth. And for the beginning of the haircut, what I'm doing is I'm going down with the 1.5 guard, just going through the natural progression of his hair growth, just taking down all of the bulk so I can start the first step of my high taper. You guys noticed my client has alopecia there in the temple peak area, so that's why I recommended this haircut for him, because I felt like at the height of the alopecia, a mid fade or a drop fade wouldn't have looked as good as a high taper. So once you guys set that guideline from the temple peak area to the top of the ear, you want to remove all of the bulk and then shave about 90% of the area. It's so key, guys, that you guys flick out towards that 90% area. It just makes it a smoother process for you guys to blend that first guideline. Right here I'm using my gamma ergos with the lever open, creating a 1 finger thick guideline. So anytime you guys set a guideline, it has to be a finger's width of thickness. That's just the rule of thumb that I use, because consistent guidelines will give you consistent fades. How we're gonna erase this is we're gonna close our lever and we're gonna hit the beginning of the line. So this is called close to open. So I call it that because we start with our lever closed and we slowly work our way up, just opening the lever level by level. So you guys can do it about 4 times. So go 25%, 25%, 25% until it's fully open. Or you guys can just do a 3-step close to open process where you guys close the lever, hit the beginning, put it in the middle, hit it in the middle, and then open it to hit the full guideline. Just 3 steps. I prefer to go 4 times just to play it safe. And it's very important that you guys use clippers that have notches on the side. So that's gonna just keep your lever locked in place. So right here, what I'm doing is I grab my 1 guard and I open up the lever. This is a 1.5 and we set a 1 finger guideline. And what I'm gonna do is with the corner of my blade, you guys notice I took off the 1 guard. What I'm doing is I'm just correcting that 1 guideline, the previous one, just so I make sure that everything's blended before moving to the step, which is gonna be to do the close to open with the 1 guard. So in this step, it's a 2-step process. The second guideline, you always need 2 numbers, 2 guards to blend out the line. So in this step, we're going close to open, and then we're gonna go close to open with the 0.5 guard to finalize the blend of the second line. The 1 guard is just used to soften, and this one is used to complete the blend. So I just wanted to kind of like over explain this step, because I see that it's so common for people to get this step mixed up. And as a beginner too, when I was learning how to cut, this step was probably the hardest part, because you kind of have to use your eyes when you're blending. It can get a little tricky because there's no really visible line, only in the beginning of the line. And right here, when you guys are dealing with coarse hair, it's important that you guys go down with the grain when you guys are attacking more of the 3rd and 4th guideline. So I just did that because we are working with the 1.5 on top, and it just makes sense to go with a previous number, which is a 1 guard lever open. The next step is going to be to set a 2 finger guideline with my gamma hitters. And this machine is not 0 gap, so it's not that sharp, and it just works perfectly, so I can just ease out that line and blend it out nice and crispy without it being so marked down with the sharp trimmer. Then you go up with your shaver and shave about 90% of the area and just flick out. Then we want to just go down with the grain towards the top of the line. So we flick out 90% and then we flick down with the shaver to go with the grain. So against the grain, then with the grain. So then we can set a 1 finger guideline with our gamma ergos. Once that's done, we're gonna blend it using the close to open method. So everything, once you guys develop a system for yourself, you guys can literally just go fast with your cuts. You guys already seen it on the side taper. It's gonna be the same thing in the back of the neck, in the back taper. Just go close to open, blend it out, set another guideline, close to open, soften, then blend. Then do the same thing, set another guideline, close to open until you're fully done with the cut. You guys do that and repeat that process so many times, guys. I promise you, you will get faster at your fades. your fades will come out smoother. Then you can just elevate from that, taking what you guys are seeing from this video and apply it. And if you guys watch another barber out there on YouTube, take in what you like about them, mix it up with what I teach you in my videos, and you guys will be able to progress through time, and you guys will just be able to cut time in your fades, in your haircuts. I get a lot of questions all the time that, how long should I take on a cut? How long should I do this? It's like everybody has their own pace. Everybody's in their own journey. So don't overjudge yourself on the timing or your skill set. Just put in the work, watch YouTube, buy courses, and just keep elevating through that and keep adjusting. With time, you guys will get better. I'm still getting better myself. Like, I don't consider myself an expert. I just like putting out my work, and it's dope that you guys can see the progression as well, because I got a lot of things to work on too as a barber. So I got off track for a little bit, so you guys can already see and understand the process of my blending. We're going close to open with the one guard. Everything is close to open, close to open, close to open. So you guys know the next step is going to be to use the 0.5 guard. This is so key right here, guys. You guys see how I'm angling my machine, the blade, and I'm using the 0.5 guard, closing the lever. Now I'm putting it in the middle, going a tiny bit higher, and the hair growth just goes in different directions. So I'm just maneuvering my machine to use it to its best of its ability. So you guys have to do that and adjust to your client's hair growth, because you guys just can't be aimlessly just stroking at your client. Like, you guys, the machine has to be placed at the right position, in the right angle, and you guys have to use the right amount of pressure. So those are the things that you can't really teach that or explain it in a video. You just have to do it, but in your head, be very conscious of it while you're doing the movement with your hands and your wrist. So after going close to open with the 0.5 guard, I'm going and setting a 1 finger thick guideline with the 1.5 guard. So you see that line right there? We're gonna go close to open again. So usually I don't do a guideline with the 1.5 guard, but we did go down with the grain. So the hair growth is just different when you go down with the grain versus against the grain. It was also my first time ever cutting this client, so it just helps to do a trial and error. Like, if you guys are dealing with the 2 guard, a 2.5 guard with the grain, something a little different, just mix and match with your guards and go down with the grain. Just keep working and keep working. Even if it doesn't work out, I used to go through just trial and error phases with cuts like this that they just wouldn't come out good, but through time, just me trying to just get better in the moment, it just paid off. Like, everything worked out. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just lining up behind the ear and just doing the same thing on the other side. Place, you can't see it, but my middle finger is placed below his ear, and I'm using my wrist and just 2 fingers to maneuver the machine. So this is something that you guys just have to practice and just get better at. You guys, what I'm gonna do for the lineup, you guys can see it's a little tricky lineup. So let's start first in the vertical line bars. I always start in the C cup area or vertical line bars, so then I can connect it from the center. And you guys notice I'm gonna dip it. I'm gonna dip the lineup. I could have lined it up a little bit more towards the top, but my client's head shape, he has an oval, like an oval head. Yeah, that sounds kind of funny, but he does have an oval head. So I dipped the line to suit the structure of his head. So you guys will see at the end of the video, you guys can see it's looking a little crispy, and let's line up the other vertical line bar. And then repeat the process of going from the center to the corner of the lineup. That's my lineup process. Start in the edges and then connect it on the weaker spot, and then go to the stronger side. So this is his stronger side. This is the side that he didn't have his alopecia. So I made sure that in the other side it was crispy before moving on to this side. I'm adding some semi-permanent enhancement by Tomb 45. Any other tools you guys see in this video are available in the description box. I do get it paid a small percentage every single time you click the links of the products and you buy something. It really helps me out a lot. I just wanted to keep it a buck with you guys. And if you guys use my code and you guys are interested in Gamma products, Escamilla 10 is gonna help me out, and it's gonna also give you guys a 10% discount. I'm refining the lineup right there, and then just going in with enhancements in the back of the neck as well. just to give it that extra pop, guys. Don't use enhancements to hide any inconsistencies of your cuts. It's just meant to be there to enhance the haircut. It's like the cherry on top. So once you're done with the cut, let's go ahead and just carve out this beard with my pick. Just make it smooth, detangle it. My client does have coarse hair, so you guys have to treat coarse hair a little differently. I carve it out. It's a little easier to carve out though, I'm not gonna lie, versus a straight beard. And I like starting with just organizing my work, so then I can go in the corners and then line up the neck. So I just have OCD. I have to make sure everything is clean before going to the cheek lining. Start at the top, stretch the skin with the other hand. I'm using my thumb, stretching it with a little bit of force. You know, depending on your client's skin, that's how much pressure you're gonna apply, and have your client blow a bubble right there to get rid of those hairs on top of the lining. Make sure you guys don't miss them. And for the mustache, we're hitting it with the 1.5 guard. I always kind of like, that's like my go-to number when dealing with the beard. I just like going in with the 1.5 guard, lining it up. He didn't want no pushback on the stash, so just right there, just very, very gently using the corners of my trimmers and then going down with the grain. Don't forget that top lining, guys. It's very underrated. It makes a big difference. Take your time. Let's straight razor the top of the lineup. This is the before. My guy was looking rough. This is the after. An hour later, my guy was transformed. A haircut makes a big difference, guys. This is a high taper with the 1.5 guard with the grain blended into the beard. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below any questions you guys might have or any constructive feedback you guys have towards the channel. My name is David Escamilla, and I'll catch you guys next week for more videos. Peace.